Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. In this video, I just thought I'd do something a little bit fun. Now, I've talked about this in some of my other videos, but I thought I would kind of break it down a little bit more specifically in this video. And as you can tell from the title of this video is Why I Don't Use Apple Products. Okay? And there are many reasons that I choose not to. The number one issue that I don't use Apple products is poor interoperability with other platforms and other standards. Now, I know they have improved in this way, some recently, of course, most notably with them switching to x86 Intel processors, but still, overall, Apple hardware does not like to play well with anything but other Apple hardware. Same thing with software. If you stay all in the Apple ecosystem, all of their stuff is very happy and does tend to work together very well. But if you want to bring in anything that's not from Cupertino, then it doesn't work as well. Prime example, I did a review on this a while back, my iPod Nano. I had to download a special program just to sync it with my PC, and I had to use iTunes to sync it the first time. To me, that's just honestly pathetic in this day and age because every other company except for Apple, their stuff generally interoperates with everything else. It's just, that is, to me, unacceptable in this modern day and age. The second reason that I don't use their products it kind of relates to the first thing. Proprietary connections like the Lightning connector, and previously, of course, the dock connector that the iPod had. And then, of course, FireWire wasn't really proprietary before that, but, it was largely used in Apple products. It really was not common in anything else. So, they have a long history of proprietary connections. Again, that relates to the poor interoperability with other stuff. And those are probably the two primary reasons. Third big reason, of course, is price. You tend to overpay, in my opinion, significantly for Apple products. I mean, for example, I bought this, no contract, right, this Android phone, $150, right? Can you get an iPhone unlocked, right? Unlocked, mind you, this phone was unlocked. Can you get an unlocked iPhone, brand new, with good specs for $150? You cannot. They are $600-700 for an equivalent iPhone. It's ridiculous, in my opinion. And that's just one example. I also feel their computers are overpriced significantly too. And of course, there are people who claim that there's not really much of an Apple premium. That's utter horseshit. There generally is. I just, that's another, people are like, oh, well, if you can't afford it, don't. It's not about affordability. It's about reasonable cost. And I feel that Apple products simply are priced unreasonably for the most part. There are some things that they sell that are good values, but generally I would say their stuff is way too up there on the price scale, at least compared to everything else. And another reason I don't use their products is, quite frankly, it's kind of a self-created problem with Apple. The perceived elitism that there is going on, like, oh, well, Apple stuff is so much superior to everything else. When I hear that argument, this is my reaction. Basically, here's how I feel about Apple products. If you like Apple products, right, and they work for you, totally fine. That's not a problem. I don't have a problem with anybody who just likes their products. Okay, that's not an issue. But it irritates me greatly when people talk about how superior Apple stuff is. It's just not. And that smugness and elitism that goes along with it is a huge turnoff for me. Um, you know, I know you see that on the other side as well. There are fanboys also on, for example, on mobile phones on the Android side that are like, Android is the you know, both have their good sides and their bad sides. And honestly, for me, just where I fall on the spectrum, obviously, I feel Android's positives are greater than iOS's or iPhone's positive. That's why I use Android. And I feel Windows is superior for me, for my use cases. In every case, Windows is superior to Mac OS X. Now, I know not everyone feels this way, obviously, and that's totally fine, but the elitism just reeks, and it irritates me greatly. So the fanboys are kind of and it's not just a few people on the internet. I've actually talked to people like this, excuse me, in real life. Even when I've went into the Apple stores, right? Because I've checked them out. I was curious. Excuse me, guys. So I encountered that in real life, not just on the internet. So I know that if I've seen it on the internet and I've seen it in real life, it's probably a fairly significant portion of the user base. So, yeah, that's basically it. I just feel that Apples are just a bad value and they don't really fit me at all. I'd really like to get feedback on this. Let me know in the comments below what you guys use, if you think Apple's a good value or not, why or why not. If you did like this, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Oh, hey guys, I forgot. This is a addendum to the rest of the video. I apologize for this, but I feel it's an important point to make. Another reason I don't use Apple products is forced obsolescence. And this was most recently really brought home by one of the Apple execs in some sort of an event where they announced some minor updates to, I don't know, I think iPhones or iPads or some shit and some Apple Watch band. I don't know. It was a minor update. And one of the Apple execs, I think the guy's name is Phil Schiller or something. You can Google it if you want to. But I know this was a recent event. Basically, he said it's really, really sad that there are like 600 million people using PCs that are 5 years or older. I don't think that's sad. I think what that is really shows the long-term value that people can get out of a PC. I don't feel that's sad that people use machines that are 5 years or older. Most of the machines in my house are older than 5 years, and they all run great, actually, especially with the upgrade to Windows 10. All my machines except for one are running Windows 10, and most of them are more than 5 years old. My main desktop is new. I built it just last year in 2015. I also bought a relatively low powered tablet, I think in 2014. And those are the two newest. And I did build a machine. Okay, so 3 machines in my house are newer than 5 years. All of the rest of the machines in my house are older than 5 years at this point. Yeah, 3 of them are newer. The rest all older than 5 years, and they all run great. So to me, that just is a testament to the longevity of PC hardware, whereas Apple stuff is unsupported after only being out a very short amount of time. So yeah, the fact that Apple abandons their old hardware so quickly to really encourage people to buy incremental upgrades, let's be honest, that's what these generally are, is another reason I am not a big fan of Apple. They're really, and again, there's that elitism showing through from that guy's comments. It goes up to the top with this company. So anyway, that's it. Just a quick addendum. Thanks for sitting through this. See you guys next time.